I'm here. Hello. Long time no film. Um, I took a month off of booktube because I had to move. Um, I wasn't really planning to, but it was necessary. So this might be my first video back. And it's a boring one, so buckle in. um, I've mentioned this before on my channel if you watch me regularly, and if you have been watching me for a while, you might recognize my childhood bedroom and my childhood bookshelves. I'm dog sitting for my parents, so I figured now is the perfect time to work on packing up my book collection. Um, I have a lot of books here still. I've moved a lot of them into my current apartment, but I have lots and lots more. I just never had space to consolidate my collection, but I've been wanting to for a long time because it's not fun to have like my books here. I can't read them, like I have a bunch of TBR books here that just like I haven't thought about in years because they're not accessible to me. And I was gonna do this a while ago, but in previous apartments there were space issues, and then there were like temporary apartments and places I knew I wasn't gonna stay for a long period of time, but I think I finally, fingers crossed, settled in somewhere that I'm gonna be for a minute. So it is time. I am working on packing up all of these books. Not all of them. I have to go through them because, again, my childhood bookshelves, lots of books from my childhood, lots of books that I no longer really need to own. So there's gonna be books that I unhaul, and by unhaul, I really mean just leave here because I have to like clear it with my parents before I just like get rid of anything in their home at this point since I haven't lived here in years. Um, and then there are going to be books that I take with me, and I do not have enough room in my apartment right now. I'm not like trying to pretend like I can fit these books on my shelves. My shelves there are full. But this way I can like see how much space I do need and see how much like more bookshelves that I need to acquire, and also like how many books I need to get rid of. And I think having like the visual of that is going to help me a lot. Whereas it's hard to be like, oh, well, I have like an empty shelf on this bookshelf, and be like, oh, well, there are 28 shelves behind me. There are 28 shelves. There are 4 bookcases, 7 each. Not all of them are my books, like, and not all of them are books. Like, you can see over here is like DVDs and such, and then these 2 behind me, none of those books are mine. And they're just like mixed in, like these shelves have been rearranged since I lived here. I've taken things back. My parents have put their stuff on the shelves, so probably like 5% of these books are not mine. And I'm probably gonna want to leave like 10% of them, which leaves like 85% that I'm gonna take with me. I have 7 boxes. This isn't gonna work. But I don't know how much I'm gonna show. It's gonna be boring. I have boxes over on my bed because there's spacing issues in this room now. Yeah, so I'm just gonna get into it. I don't know how much I'm gonna show because it's mostly just gonna be me packing, but enjoy if you wish. So, weird thing, as I'm filming this, it's weird when you come across random books on your shelves by the same author that like you definitely didn't get on purpose, because like this I don't know how I got. It's one of those books that like I low-key always have had, like since I was a child. Like either my parents got it for me or it just like magically appeared on my shelf one day, and I never read it, never thought about it. But I also have this, which is by the same author, which is weird. I think I've read this. I don't know. But it's just one of those things that, like, how does this happen? Like, I don't know what this book is. I have no idea what genre it is. It could be nonfiction, it could be YA, it could be a mystery, like, I don't know, but they're going in the box. So far, most things have gone in the box. I've decided to leave my Artemis Fowl collection up here, and there's like 2 books up. I don't need Artemis Fowl anymore. Like, I didn't grow up on that series when I was a child. I read it after college. Not all of it, I read a lot of it, and I liked it. It just sort of got old for me. Like, I was trying to read it and trying to, like, this is good, this is enjoyable, and like, at a point I kind of stopped caring, and I just feel like I don't need the series. Never finished it. I always kind of wanted to finish it, but it was just like too much for like the amount that I cared. Progress has been made. Look at all the empty shelves. I went through 8 shelves, mostly. One of them is kind of iffy because a lot of the books on it are staying, and I'm not fully convinced that I want to get rid of all of my Jodi Picoult books. I saved one, my sister's keeper, because I did really, really love that when I read it. I don't know about the others, because I loved her a lot as a teenager, and then I sort of just like moved on. And the more she kept publishing stuff and I was reading it, the less I was liking her. And now, like, I don't want to go back and, like, reread the things of hers that I had really enjoyed because I don't think I will really enjoy them. I did that with one of the books. Not recently, but, like, a while back. And was like, I have lots of problems with this. So, I don't know. I haven't quite decided. If you look, it's this shelf up here. All my Jodi Picoult books, which is the majority of the shelf, and then a couple Liane Moriarty books at the end, which I like Liane Moriarty and I'm down to keep reading some of her books, but she's one of those authors that I don't feel like I need to own her books. Like, I enjoy reading them, but it's kind of like, I read them once, I'm good. I don't need to, like, have copies and keep going. But 8 shelves I went through that filled 7 boxes. 20 shelves to go. Well, less, because, like, again, like I said, these 2, like, I have no books on it, but, like, still, it's kind of a lot. I got a lot to do, because, like, you're only seeing these 3. There are more. Let me rotate. I didn't even touch that bookcase, and there's a lot on it. This is also not helped by the fact that, if I can show you, no, I can't. This is on a tripod, so it's annoying to move. My parents, I haven't lived here in years, so not blaming my parents for this. We're not judging them, but, like, they just kind of put junk in this room because no one's using it. So, like, the floor in front of my bookshelves is, like, covered in boxes and, like, random junk and, like, picture frames, and it's like I have to, like, dig through to actually get to the bookshelves. Again, it looks nice up here, but you can't tell. I'm like 4 feet away from them, and there's just like you can see, like, behind me, like, this is a whole box of, like, picture frames and stuff, and there's just tons of clutter on the floors. But progress is being made. I feel like I'm going to be able to do this. It's probably going to take one more trip than I wanted it to. I think it's going to take 3, because I think it's going to take 3. Or I think I can cram it into 3. At the end, I'll probably go over real quick, like, all the books I'm leaving that are, like, mine and not, like, whatever this is. I don't know what this is. It's not mine. So yeah, I guess it's time to go drive home. I live, like, half an hour away, so it's annoying. Which is why I'm doing this when I'm dog sitting, since I have to be here anyway. So this is basically what my shelves look like now. Lots of empty shelves, but at the same time, there's still a lot of books that I need to pack up. I have finally packed up everything. It is November now. This video began in August. Took a lot longer than I planned. But I have 6 boxes, which are the last boxes of books that I will be taking back to my place, and everything else is staying on the shelves. So I'm gonna go through what I left, just as like a little, like almost a miniature unhaul, kind of. I won't be getting rid of them. That's like my parents' job. Because I assume they want to go through them and like keep some of the like sweet nostalgic childhood books and like get rid of some of my garbage, but I'll get rid of anything they want me to at this point. But I'll go through real quick and just show you kind of what got left. I already went through some of these. That top shelf is empty. My Jodi Picoult books, just not interested anymore. Leanne Moriarty, same. I'm down to keep reading Leanne Moriarty. It's just like her books are kind of, I don't need to reread them. So I don't need to own them. And then that shelf is junk, which I need to like still go through all my junky stuff, like my pictures of my sweet little rat babies, Scotty and Tony. They're so cute. And then here are some random like old classic stuff that I just don't need. Down here, this was my thriller shelf. We also have this Heidi, which, to be honest, I would love to keep, but this was my mother's copy of Heidi when she was a child, so I'm leaving that for her. Don't abuse the old copies. Then I have some Lisa Gardner. I kept one Lisa Gardner book, but just like in general, I like to read her books. I don't need to own them. That is me as a child. Which one is me? In the pink. I look horrifying. Down here is a lot of like school textbooks, which I don't know. Some of them I was thinking about keeping. Like I have this interesting sociolinguistics book, logic, philosophy stuff, but I just kind of decided no. And then some old books once again, and then just like a mass of pictures of me. It's horrifying. Over here, some children's books. Like again, you can see I definitely took some, but overall, like I didn't need a lot of these on my shelf. And my parents will probably be keeping a good portion of these. None of the books on either of these 2 shelves are mine, so I didn't even need to go through those. And then up here, some random stuff. I own his Dark Materials trilogy in like nicer copies. Didn't like Lucas, don't need that book. And then up there, all of these are just duplicates. Like I already have a full box set of these books that I took. I just don't need like 3 copies of some of them, but I do have like 1 of each that I kept. Then I have the shelf of Hardy Boys books, which to be honest, I would love to steal, but they're actually my brother's. They just got left in here. So until he says he doesn't want them, I can't steal them. Artemis Fowl, which I just don't need. That's an empty shelf. That's an empty shelf. And that's an empty shelf. So I took a lot of books from here. I think most of these are not mine, or like middle grade books, like the Magic Treehouse series, which were mostly my brother's. Like I read them, but just like not really into it. Don't need the Da Vinci Code, don't need that textbook on the West. I thought about bringing these, they're childhood biographies of famous Americans. They're like middle grade books about like Neil Armstrong as a child and like their lives. So I thought about taking them, but I just like don't need to. I gotta take my stuffed cat at some point. She's my favorite, and I gotta take that ball. Some more middle grade books. These I just kind of decided that I don't need Harriet the Spy. I'm not really interested in any of these anymore. Left the shelf of mostly middle grade books as well. I don't have anything to say, just none of them. I mean, I took a few. Here you can see they're like tilted, but in general, I didn't want any of these. And then that's an empty shelf with my cat. This is mostly empty. A Million Little Pieces I don't need. Another, like, I think it's like a sequel to A Million Little Pieces, my friend Leonard. And then a book on rats, which I had rats. I don't need that. We have the internet now. And then here's some random like literary collection books that I took most of what was on that shelf. I just left a couple. So that's basically it. I'm sure my parents will fill up these shelves, but they were fully full of everything I owned, and now they're mostly empty. So kudos to me. So essentially, this is the damage. I have 7 boxes of books that do not fit on my shelves, which since I started filming this video, I got 2 new bookshelves. So this is in addition to those 2 new bookshelves. Yeah. I'm getting 2 more though. And I think 2 more bookshelves will fit all of these with maybe a little bit of double stacking, which is fine. This is something I've kind of grown accustomed to. I've already got 3 that are fully double stacked, so I'll make it work. And once I get those shelves and I get these books up, this one isn't actually books, but I have 7 boxes. Once I get all these books up and I get those shelves and they're built and like everything is good, then I can actually start the process of organizing them, because my shelves are a huge wreck right now. So yeah, this was this video. I meant to do it in kind of a short time frame, and then it was like 3 months later, but that's fine. I don't know if there's really much watching in this video, but if you did watch, thank you so much. I always appreciate you. Let me know down below if you were here. I don't know. There wasn't really much to have thoughts on. So just thank you for showing up. I really appreciate it, and I will see y'all again soon.